Let's kick it off with college football. Aaron has his games of the week. We're recording, by the way, early afternoon Thursday, which is nice. I'll be able to have some time to get this out by Friday morning. All the new socials out as well.
Yeah, it's great to look at the time and see it's 11:54 and it's AM, not PM, our typical standard time that we'd be recording.
I gotta tell you, dude, I'm liking this a lot already. I feel awake. Actually, I look tired. Look at that. I had 2 cocktails last night. I'm still trying to recover. Aaron, you gave us your infamous yellow pad. Not too many games this week. Why is that?
Just keeping it short, keeping it simple. What do we got? We got a game Friday night, then we
Yeah.
got 8 games for Saturday. So I mean, they could have put a couple more games on, but these I think are the main games for Saturday.
Okay. Let's kick it off here. You got Iowa and Rutgers. Iowa's favored by 2.5. The over and under 45.5. Real quick though, because you called some upsets last Friday. I'm not sure if we actually talked about your record from last week in college football, but how are you doing so far?
Overall college football picks are 23 wins, 14 losses on the year. For that's the games of the week, games to watch. So that comes out to get my handy dandy calculator over here.
Right, because you always pick a side on those things, right?
Yeah, so 62%. 62%.
That's not bad, dude.
That's all against the spread against the number here in college football.
Right.
If only Westgate was as good as that, but that's a little tighter games with 7 there. Here we're giving you typically 10 to 12 plays for the week.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome, man. I feel like you picked a lot more games than that.
I do. I do have some picks of games that didn't necessarily make the list that I do like, so I'll give those out as well.
All right, cool. All right, well, take it away, man. Tell us about Friday.
Friday night, we got the Big Ten showdown, Iowa versus Rutgers. Rutgers is a 2.5-point home underdog against Iowa. We saw them against Iowa State a couple weeks ago. Offense, not very good. Defensively, pretty good team. I'm going with Rutgers here in the upset. I like Rutgers at home to get this one. This is a big game for them. Friday night showcase game, Big Ten standalone. I like Rutgers to cover 2.5 and to win outright against Iowa.
Wow. Okay. I dig it. How many players do they have from last year? Remember Rutgers kind of went like on a little run last year. I was kind of up on them, and then they kind of tailored off at the end.
Rutgers they've been
like
a
running
program
back or somebody that was like really good.
Yeah, I mean
Can't remember.
they've had a few good a few decent teams here. I mean, they've kind of a middle of the pack Big Ten team there. What's it called? Greg Schiano's back there coaching again,
That's right.
trying to get back to the glory days of when they had the running back Rice there. That was kind of the infamous days of Rutgers. He then left there and took I forget where he went to go coach from there, but
Me too.
didn't he go to the NFL?
I feel like he did.
I'm drawing a blank. He went somewhere, then he went to Ohio State, was defensive coordinator for Urban Meyer, I believe, there for a little bit, and then ended up getting a job, and now he's back at Rutgers. I don't feel like Googling it right now. Jason was our kind of a stat lookup guy, so he's not here for that, but
Usually I'm like down to do it too, but I'm feeling really lazy right now.
So we'll see. We'll see. I do like it. Like I said, I do like Rutgers here Friday night to get the win here at home.
Nice. I dig it. Awesome. Take it away on Saturday.
So Saturday we got some action-packed games. We're going to start with SMU +7 against TCU. TCU, probably you remember them, Rome, a couple weeks back, Labor Day, whipping up on Bill Belichick and North Carolina. Coming into this game undefeated, SMU, high hopes coming into the year, maybe a potential playoff team after last year making the playoff. Tough loss a couple weeks back at home in overtime to Baylor, but I like SMU here getting 7 points. They played a tougher schedule. I think they're battle tested. I think they can keep this game close. I'll take SMU to cover the 7 points against TCU. We've then got Miami, Florida. I mean, Florida's, everything that's wrong with him has been documented over the last 2 weeks. We talked about Sunday, a couple of college coaches getting fired. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Miami wins and they win big. And Billy Napier gets fired over the weekend from Florida. I believe he's the next big domino coach to get canned. I just don't see Florida being able to hang with Miami. They had 5 turnovers against LSU. The team, to me, looks in disarray. Maybe they have some fight left in their coach. Maybe they're done with them. We're going to find out on Saturday if they got anything left. But I think they get beat bad. I like Miami. That's one of my plays of the week. And I think Billy Napier, when we go back on the air, either Sunday or sometime early next week, will be canned and will be out of a job at Florida.
Is it that bad? It's that bad down there?
He's always on the hot seat, Rome, and given where they're at right now, this would be 3 straight losses. I mean, their schedule, 5 straight top 25 matchups they got. They got Texas schedule, coming up. They got Texas coming up. I think Oklahoma might even be mixed in there. You remember they had that disappointing loss against South Florida that was not supposed to happen. Hung tough of LSU, but 5 turnovers. Billy Napier is your offensive coordinator, and the offense looks like garbage. It's a bad look. I think he, like I said, he's the third domino of head coaches in power conferences that get canned. And it's I think Miami puts a nail in his coffin on Saturday.
That's crazy. So they just blow them out? Over?
I like Miami to win by double digits.
Nice.
I mean, given what Miami was a 17-point favorite against South Florida last week. They won that game 49-17. We know South Florida just beat Florida. Florida's got a good defense, don't get me wrong, but they can't score. And against Miami to win this game, I think they're going to have to manage 31 points. I just don't see them doing that against the Hurricanes defense.
Yeah, Miami's looking really good, dude, especially with Beck.
Miami's looking better than I thought. I admit, and that's given the crash course they and Florida State look like they're on in 2 weeks. That could be a huge game in Tallahassee, Florida.
I agree. Okay, you got Illinois, Indiana next.
Really surprising line. I mean, Illinois is a top 10 team. Indiana hasn't really played anybody. Looked good last week. Finally, the first time they blew somebody out. But Illinois is getting 6 points here, Rome. We both saw them against Duke. They looked pretty good. I'm going to take Illinois plus 6. I'm not sure they're going to win this game. Indiana, obviously the program's turned the corner, making the playoff last year, and they got the transfer quarterback in from California that played really well. It's going to be tough, but I'll take Illinois plus 6. That's a lot of disrespect on this line. Maybe Illinois has some players out that I haven't heard about. I know they got a couple wide receivers banged up, so does Indiana. But I think the side here is Illinois plus 6 on the road. Going to be tough, but I'll take the 6 points. And then we've got Texas Tech, Utah. This is an early kickoff, 9 a.m. West Coast time in Utah. So hopefully they get the rest because you got to be up on the field working out by 6 a.m. Jason's already released this as one of his plays of the week, going with Utah -3. I agree. I like Utah -3. Texas Tech has been beating up on some bad teams, a lot of blowouts. Utah, hard for me to say they played anybody good given what we've seen from UCLA.
Oh man, UCLA's been taking a beating, a lot of losses on socials this week.
They've been taking a beating, and Utah's coming off a win against Wyoming, but Utah's got a great defense. I think they'll scheme this game up right. Texas Tech, I don't think is ready for a program maybe to take that next leap. We kind of have them as a sleeper team, but I think these might be the 2 best teams in the Big 12.
Yeah.
And they're meeting this early in the year. I'll take Utah at home to get the job. Give me Utah -3.
Nice.
Next game, we got Auburn, Oklahoma. Interesting game here. Auburn's quarterback was Oklahoma's quarterback last year. He's transferred over. Now he goes back to Norman, Oklahoma. Oklahoma won this game last year in Auburn with no quarterback. Now they have a first-round quarterback. Their offense, to me, is too much. I'm not really impressed by Auburn's defense. They didn't look good against South Alabama last week. Gave up a ton of points against Baylor. I like Oklahoma here, and I like Oklahoma big. Give me the Sooners -6.5. I'll take the over, too. I think the Oklahoma themselves can get 31, 38 points. I'll go this game's 38-21. Oklahoma wins it.
Yeah, I think we talked a lot about Oklahoma's quarterback a couple pods ago. They look really good. I don't know if we had them I don't think we were really up on them when the season started. Kind of caused by a surprise.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, Oklahoma's really struggled under Brent Venables. They have not been what they were expecting when they got him. I mean, he is a defensive coach. He's gotten that side of the ball right, but he brought in the transfer quarterback from Washington State and the offensive coordinator to go along. The offense seems to be humming. They had that nice win against Michigan a few weeks back where the defense played well. The offense did enough. To me, Michigan's better than Auburn, and the line is about the same as that game was. I like Oklahoma here to rout. I like them to rout Auburn here at home.
Yeah, that game against Michigan, man, I thought that was like the worst showing. It was just like bad play calling to that game. I think they caught Michigan at the right time. I think Michigan wins that game, what, 7 times out of 10? Maybe I'm biased, but Oklahoma really impressed me with that one because the defense was just, Michigan still has a solid defense.
Definitely the right time to get him. I mean, you got a freshman quarterback making his second career start,
Yeah.
first on the road. He didn't play well. I think you'll continue to see him grow. I mean, he's got a big game as we move down the list. We'll get into it.
Oh
But
man.
Oklahoma,
Oh man.
I'll let you touch on that one, Rome. But yeah,
Yeah.
Oklahoma's looked good defensively. They've, Brent Venables has always been a defensive coach. Part of the reason why Clemson continues to go downhill, he was there as defensive coordinator and left to take this job at Oklahoma after Lincoln Riley went to USC. I like everything about Oklahoma. They win this game, that sets up for that big, Red River shootout with Texas. And that game looks more intriguing too as we get down the calendar in the college football season.
Nice. Cool, man. Next game.
Tulane, Jason's group of 5 team to make the playoff against yours, Mississippi Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. 11 points is a lot here. I've actually seen it on some, even on the Westgate College line, it's up to 12.5. This is a lot of points to lay.
Yeah, I did see it. It was 12.5 yesterday, I think.
Yeah, so when I wrote this at the time, it was 11. It's up to 12.5. I mean, I like Tulane. I like Mississippi too. I mean, I wasn't really overly impressed with Mississippi's defense against Arkansas. I think Arkansas and Tulane are very similar teams. I'm going to go with the 11 points here in Tulane. Not real confident in it, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to get from Mississippi. Is the defense going to step up? Who's playing quarterback for them? The youngster looked good. Tulane's got the transfer in from BYU. He's been running the ball real well. 4 touchdowns last week. Tough game here for Mississippi. These two teams battled it out last year. It was a tough game. I'll take Tulane getting the 11 points to cover in Oxford against Mississippi.
Ole Miss still gets a W here.
Yeah, I see Ole Miss getting the win, but maybe this is one of those games where they slip up. They always have 1 or 2 games, Rome, like you mentioned. They always kind of lose. Last year it was Kentucky. Tulane's tough. I mean, they're a potential, like I said, group of 5 playoff team. If they keep this game close, run the table, they're likely in the playoff. This is a big game, a playoff implication game for both teams, even though it's a non-conference showdown.
Ole Miss has been really weird, man. So like they blow out Georgia State. They barely get by Kentucky. It was an ugly game, and it was like another slip up. And then so we talked about it, like yeah, they're playing Arkansas. They barely scraped away with another W there, and I took them on the points. And like last week, we were saying like let's not put Ole Miss to cover any more spreads. And then here you go, you got Tulane coming up. Like Tulane's like pretty solid. Does Ole Miss just like wake up all of a sudden and just have like a blowout game and it screws it up? I'm tempted to use this as one of my picks for the college football contest with the Tulane with the points. I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tulane is 3-0 against the spread, at least 2-0. I had them last week in my own personal Westgate. They covered against Duke. Mississippi, I don't believe, has covered any game against the spread, maybe the opener, but like you mentioned, Rome, they did not cover their last 2 games. This number's skyrocketing. We'll see where it closes at. But yeah, I mean, it's up to 12.5 in some places. I just don't think Mississippi's really that good defensively. They haven't shown it to me yet. I mean, Arkansas, let's be honest, was just moving the ball up and down the field and they could have scored more points. That game was 28-24, I think, at the half, and ended up 38-31, kind of slowed down. But unless Mississippi can get some turnovers, which the BYU transfer's been known to, but he's a good runner of the ball too. And Mississippi did not stop Arkansas running the ball. Interesting game. I just think 11 points is a lot here. And Tulane, they're talented. They're not a bad team. So we'll see. I'll take the points and take the chance with Tulane.
Yeah. I think I had Ole Miss in the championship, right? preseason.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ole Miss is still a potential playoff team.
Yeah.
They are still
Oh,
definitely a potential playoff team.
not feeling good about it. Crazy going back to Illinois, man. You got the ninth ranked team just not getting a lot of respect against the number 19th ranked team.
The line's interesting, man. I mean, Illinois, 2 weeks ago, went on the road, won at Duke. Duke's not obviously looked that great, but Duke's gotten beat by Illinois and Tulane the last 2 weeks, who are both better than them. Uh, it's hard for me to imagine why Indiana's a 6-point favorite. That is a lot of points. I
Why
mean,
is
it
that?
really is a lot of points. I mean, I think the line originally was like 3.5, 4. Like I said, I'm not sure internally if there's some injuries at Illinois. I haven't really read up or heard much. Maybe that has a lot to do with this number moving the way it is, but we'll see. Right now, I'm siding with Illinois +6.
Nice. All right. What's the next game?
We got Arizona State 2.5-point dog at Baylor. Big matchup here in the Big 12. Big game here. Arizona State, Baylor, both undefeated in conference, I do believe. Arizona State's only loss was at Mississippi State. Baylor lost against Auburn to start the year. Played pretty well since then. I've been back and forth on this game. I'm not really sure how good Arizona State is. I mean, last year they made the playoff, obviously, even though they were voted to finish last in the Big 12, coming off a 3-9 campaign.
You did call that upset a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah, I did. I did like that there. I think Arizona State Baylor, this game goes on I'm leaning towards the over. I mean,
Okay.
Baylor could score points. I mean, I did see one on the Arizona State's wide receivers is going to be out, so that's interesting part of the game. Man, I mean, 2.5 is a weird number. I'm leaning towards Baylor 2.5 in this game. I'll take the home team, Arizona State. Got to show me they can win a road game this year. Haven't done it yet. The only big road game they had was at Mississippi State. This game could go either way, but I'm leaning towards Baylor, so I'll take Baylor -2.5 at home.
Okay. Not sure how I feel about that one.
I'm not really sold on it, but
I like Arizona State. I just like the main guy that they're missing is Scadaboo. They brought a lot of players back, but something's missing from them this year. They just don't look like they got like that fight in them. They're looking like Canelo right now.
Interesting. It's a good take. And then the game of the week, Rome, Michigan, Nebraska. I know it's your two teams. Michigan's a 2.5-point favorite here. Nebraska hasn't had a meaningful program win in basically 10 years. This is their chance to get it. Wow. I'll let you pick a side first before I give a side. But who do you got in this one?
It's kind of tough, Let's see. You got two undefeated. Oh no, not two undefeated teams. Nebraska's undefeated so far.
Yes,
but they close one against Cincinnati. Too close to call. Really won by 3 points. They beat the shit out of Akron, 68-0. Offense was lit. They beat HCU, 59-7. Another beat down. Offense is rolling with the Patrick Mahomes Jr. And I think the tight end too is dressing like Kelsey. It's a really weird stuff going down in Nebraska. If you guys have never been to Lincoln, though, it's a really beautiful town. It's a cool place to live. So I can see why Warren Buffett would live like in Omaha down the street. It's a cool spot in the Midwest. But now they got a real test here with Michigan. Michigan's still loaded with first-round talent on the defensive side of the ball. I like their quarterback, young kid. Was he 18 years old, barely? And he looks like a truck, dude. I think we were talking about like he has an arm, he has legs, he has size. He's just trucking over people 5 years older than him. It's pretty impressive. This is the second game with Michigan, right? With that Marone is suspended.
With Moore suspended, yes.
Yeah, Moore. Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen who's their coach right now. Big rah guy. This guy makes his own crop tops. Big 300-pound plus guy. Like kind of like Belichick vibes. But he gets his guy rolling up here. It is in Nebraska. hell of an atmosphere. We got to go to a game still, man. We got to go.
Love to go to Lincoln. I would love to go to Lincoln.
The ex-in-laws, that's where they live. But I'm friends with the exes. You know, the other guy that got screwed in the divorce, he's still a cool guy. That's the place to go to tailgate. Jesus. Coffee's not hitting yet.
That is the place this weekend. It's a huge game in Lincoln. Like I said, the biggest game in 10 years for this program.
Dude, I just don't know how good Nebraska is. They've beaten nobody. I think Michigan puts it on them. What's the spread here?
2.5. Michigan's favored by 2.5. Over under 46.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's close, dude. Why so close? That's a pick 'em. That's a college football pick 'em.
Look at Nebraska, like you mentioned, Rome. Got that Mahomes, Kelsey kind of vibes going between their guys. Matt Rule, he's helped turn that program around.
Is this year 2-3?
This is year 3 for him. Matt Rule, traditionally year 3, major turnaround. Nebraska is looking at 8-9 wins possibly this year. This would be a huge win for them. They've been looking for one, searching for one. You're going to have 80,000 screaming Cornhusker fans. Michigan coming in. Already had a big road test against Oklahoma, so I think they'll be ready for the atmosphere. It's a lot on the line here, but you're rolling with Michigan, sounds like?
I think Michigan gets the W. If Nebraska wins, I'll be pretty happy. If push comes to shove, I'm rooting for Nebraska. That's who I'm ultimately rooting for. But I just don't know if they can get it done.
I'm gonna agree with you, Rome. I like Michigan here. I like Michigan. Wow. I think they have the better players, the better athletes, and I think they're just gonna, in the end, they're gonna wear Nebraska down. Nebraska, like you mentioned, Rome, has not played anybody really of substance this year. Struggled against Cincinnati in the opener. Michigan played,
and that was week 1. So
yeah. Michigan played against New Mexico, who now doesn't look that bad after they just got your boy Deshaun Foster and UCLA canned. Oklahoma, few mistakes here and there, but they were young. I think that game against Oklahoma gets them prepped and ready for this one and gets them over the top. I like Michigan in this one. I'll say 26-20. Michigan wins.
Yeah, it's going to be a dogfight. Let's see. Who does Nebraska play throughout the year? After this, dude, it's actually like they're all winnable games. Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota. That could be like a potential slip up in Minnesota. Northwestern, USC, November 1st. But that's in Nebraska. That'll be a nice good game. Another test, yeah. I would love to go to that game. That'll be like a nice birthday present. They come and see UCLA November 8th. May I just stay down there and catch?
You don't even need to pay for a ticket. They just let you in.
Then Penn State's tough, and then Iowa. It's a tough schedule actually towards the end. That's good.
I mean, this is a big game for Nebraska. I mean, if they can win it, it goes a long ways. But I think based off that schedule, what you said, I think this could be an 8-win team. And for Michigan, I mean, if you still want to be on the outside looking in for a possible potential playoff, you got to win this one. I mean, yeah, you lost to Oklahoma, but that's not a bad loss.
It's not a bad loss, no.
Lose a couple games here in conference would definitely hurt their playoff chances. I don't really think Michigan's really a playoff team this year, but we'll see. I do like them here on the road.
Yeah, I thought they were, but this could be like a little transition year. A lot of people are not a fan of their head coach right now. Lots of clamor going around in Michigan that he was not the right guy to hire.
Moore?
Yeah.
I'm not really sold on Moore. I mean, I don't think he was a great offensive coordinator or really – I don't think they're really creative on offense to begin with.
That's the problem, yeah. They just look terrible against Oklahoma especially.
I mean, they've built the culture on defense and physicality, what Harbaugh basically did. I mean, that's Harbaugh's MO. And then they finally got a decent quarterback in J.J. McCarthy and won the Natty, but made it to the playoff 3 times in a row. I'm not really sold on Sherrone Moore. I agree. We'll see how the leash looks for him, but he's been there through the times of winning championships now, and he's been through this little scandal, kind of helping him transition through that. So
Yeah,
it's really it's just a money buyout for them on that. We'll see. We'll see. I agree,
we'll
Rome. I
see.
don't think he is the guy, but let's give him a fair shake. He did win all those games that Harbaugh was suspended against tough opponents. So Ohio State, Penn State, etc. Now can he do without Harbaugh on the staff? We'll see.
Thanks for the games of the week, man. This is gonna 9 games. We have plenty of space to fit that in. So check it out on Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Also on Facebook too. We'll feature your games of the week and update your record, man. 23-14. Pretty solid
Yeah.
picks here.
And then a game that didn't make the list, probably should have, but if you're up on the East West Coast, you got USC, Michigan State. That's an 8 p.m. kickoff. Michigan State's getting 18 points. I like them to cover in the late night, the old Big Ten after dark. Now it's no longer Pac-12. Big Ten after dark, late showing game there. So for you degenerates that want to stay up and watch that one, take Michigan State plus 18 at the Coliseum.
I don't know how good UCLA or USC is yet. This would be a good match.
I think they're solid, but definitely not 18 points better than Michigan State. I think it's about a 10 or 12 point win here.
Yeah, fair.